Alright guys, welcome back for the second game of Scuba versus Trombone. And Trombone's actually a random player. I misquoted that last game. So we're gonna hop into the second game and see what he gets this time.
All right, welcome everybody to game two. We have this map being Ohana, which means family. And down in
That's
the
right.
bottom position, we have payback TromboneHam, who selects random and has spawned Protoss.
So it's
And
gonna
up
be
in
another
another
PVZ again.
PVZ, which brings us to our second player, our orange Zerg in the upper position, which is Scuba.
It'll be interesting to see if when Scuba scouts this and what Scuba decides to do off of it again. Because the Roach Bus did not work last game as he intended. And whether he goes for a more macro style play, getting easily three bases on this map, then going up to a fourth and extending this into a really long game, could bode really well for him. But he's also got to be careful from an Immortal Sentry, from Trombone.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, and this map's very strong for Immortal Century. Trombone making a little bit of a mistake early game. Rather than rallying a probe from his Nexus to go build the pylon, he pulled one from his mineral line, which had minerals in his mouth. So that's not really game changing, just one of those little pro things that sometimes can make a difference. And because he's trying to do the mineral harass, but since he already has minerals, he can't do that.
Yeah, that's a bummer for him. I mean, he wants to do it. Maybe he'll drop down a pylon and redeem himself from the unwanted.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he's planning this is a good map for Nexus first. No, Scuba's gonna drop down that, but Trombone knows it's Hatch first, so he might just go home, drop down his own quick Nexus, and take it from there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best route to go when you see a Zerg just straight up go hatch first. I mean, your first reaction should just be to drop that Nexus and then that Forge as soon as after.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Scuba this time forgoing the early gas. I think he realized that, his all-in from the first game didn't work too well, so I think he's probably going to be playing a little bit safer, trying to macro up, get into that Broodlord and Fester comp, which we know, as a Protoss, I know all too well is just nasty to deal with.
Yeah, this map is a little interesting to play with it because it is very wide. Um, it's easy for, say, if a Protoss wants to do War Prism into the main, but I mean, it's going to take a little while to get there. So if it really get Immortal Sentry comes out, I mean, there's nothing you can do to get to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's also, there's some good places being able to, as Protoss, to multi-warp prism harass, because you can get access to their natural and their fifth with one warp prism, and then the same as bouncing between their third and their fourth.
Yeah, I
So,
think I think Ohana was the map I saw Leia do the first time with the Warp Prism Colossus. It was nuts. I was watching, just going crazy. It was like 80 kills on a Colossus, just killing all the drones. Made me so sad on the inside, though. Poor little drones, all getting roasted.
yep. And they thought that they were playing Protoss, so wouldn't have to be worry about being ignited.
Yeah, I mean, got any Blue Flame Hellions to roast you up there, and then you see a giant Colossus getting dropped on you. It's probably not a good day for you.
Trombone's missing his wall a little bit. He's got a Zealot and a Probe both on hold position, trying to walk off that wall. So,
Yeah, just
or
probably a misclick in one of the buildings, but I'm sure he's kicking himself now that he sees it on the replay and just like, wow, this is not good for us. Maybe they're friends though. We don't know that. Maybe the Zealot and the Probe are friends and they like hanging out together all the time.
yep, second Zealot out. Yep. So now he's a little bit more reinforced wall. Third coming down from Scuba at a little bit quicker time, but he's focusing on the rocks with the Queen, and Trombone's Probe's going to be able to run up in the base and see everything that's going on there, get a drone count, and see that the gases are up, roach warnings down.
So, this could be an interesting point for Scuba here when if he decides to, yeah, the probe got in, it did see everything. Am I just gonna switch my strategy up really quickly? Like he doesn't have link speed again. He doesn't have a layer to get up there, so he could just continue to macro and possibly to switch into a Spire quite earlier.
Notice he hasn't. Okay, there he goes, saturating the two gases in his main. So we might be seeing Muta play. Yeah, four gases this early, layers coming down.
Those
And
rocks are going to be taken out quite quickly here. Pretty annoying for the drones have to walk down all the way to the nat ramp to the third, but other than that, should be easy peasy droning up.
and the roaches are going to do a much better job than the queen of breaking those down early. Ham has a, TromboneHam has a proxy pylon down. Still doesn't look like he's taking his third. We've got 3 more gates going down. Again, early robo, double gas. So it looks like Trombone might just be rolling Immortal Century.
Yeah, he did see that third as well. Got killed by that queen there. So he does know that third's up. What he decides to do is kind of up in the air. I would assume he would go Immortal Century, seeing that third was up with. I mean, there were no drones there as well. So
yeah, and Scuba's coming down with his small force roaches and lings to go pop his head around, try to see what exactly Trombone's up to. Hopefully he doesn't walk up the ramp, because that would be bad, but it looks like right now he just wants to chill at the tower and keep an eye to see if anything comes out.
So this is good. Scuba is getting link speed as well as the roach speed a lot quicker than he did last game. So if he does catch him a little off guard, that can help out a lot. I think that's what he was missing the most last game. I think he could have taken it if he had those upgrades a lot quicker.
And he's also upgrading. He's got 1/1 for range and armor coming down. Trombone's chronoing out weapons or armor level 1. He's got weapons level 1 done. This is looking a lot like an Immortal Century all in. Third Immortal's popping out. There's a Warp Prism on the way right behind that.
Yeah, and you know what? The Changeling is going in, so it is going to see this. It'll be interesting how he reacts to it. If he's going to drop spines just to try to hold him off, or if he's going to try to do something else, maybe something new that he's been trying out for the Immortal Century builds.
Yeah, the Changeling only didn't go back far enough, so he hasn't seen the second 3 gateways. Unfortunately, Trombone's really late moving out. He should be walking up into Scuba's bit third right now.
Yeah, and Scuba just did make a whole ton of speedlings. Yes, speedlings this time. And that's going to be good because, I mean, if you catch all these sentries out in the middle of the map, I mean, that completely shuts down it for a little while because of just the sentry energy. He's going to have to waste some force fields.
Yeah, burning force fields, and if they miss force fields, you can just get the lings in there and clean a whole bunch of it up. And the best thing the Protoss can hope for is to grab 2 Immortals in his Warp Prism and go home.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The Infestation Pit did come down at that third, and the Spire's getting dropped down as well. So it looks like Scuba does want to get up to the Broodlord Infestor kind of GG mix there. And if he gets there, we'll have to see what Trombone has in store for that.
Yeah, and he's also got 3. He's got 3 spines coming down his choke. Unfortunately,
they're by the Immortal Century first.
Yep, more prisms opened up.
Those spines aren't going to get done on 2.
Yeah, a little bit of missed force fields. Those were Speedlings come in doing a lot of good damage.
Yeah, they did do a lot of damage actually, but I just don't think he has enough units out in general. Scuba, that is. With the Warp Prism right there, he's got instant reinforcements coming in, and he can just probably take down this third, and once you get that Infestation Pit and that Spire, I mean, almost all the tech's gone, and you're just going to be stuck on roaches again.
Wow, he is. I didn't notice that before, that all his next tier tech's in that third, which, and I'm pretty sure Trombone's got this force fielding the ramp, a little bit overkill on the force fields, just to make sure nothing comes down. But yeah, he's going to clean up the third. He's going to clean up the infestation pit. If he walks far enough back, he'll see the spire and be able to take that out.
And that's all the tech. I mean, that's crucial. He's gonna either have to rebuild it, or he's gonna have to try. He's gonna have to try to pump out units now, but eventually he's gonna have to get it back up to get to the money composition of the Broodlord Infestor.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, the spire gets left alone, but with the creep proceeding, that unless he can start dropping creep on it with his overlord, that spire's going to die.
Yeah, but moving into the natural here, he's targeting all the, and that's GG from him targeting after the spines. I mean, there was nothing you can do once that big ball of Protoss is already in your natural there.
Yep. So I see 2 Immortal Centuries from Trombone and 2 wins. So good job on that, Trombone. So
yeah, that was a nice couple games from Trombone. It's nice to see that a random player can actually kind of do builds that everyone else is still doing at a pretty adequate level for playing random, having to know kind of all the races kind of evenly. So
yeah, that is a skill that I'm definitely jealous of.
I think a lot of people are definitely jealous of that.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll come back with another set, and joining me will be Payback Scorbnut.